What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Yuengling Brewery, and they are out of Pottsville, Pennsylvania, and this is their Black and Tan. So this is a Black and Tan with 60% of this beer being Yuengling's Porter, and the other 40% being their premium beer. It comes in at 4.6% alcohol by volume, 12 IBUs at the time of review. I have no idea how old this bottle is because I cannot find a bottled on date. But here's the thing. I picked this up in a mix of 6-pack at my local Wegmans grocery store here in Western New York. And usually they're pretty good with not super old beer. So I would imagine this is probably no older than 6 months old and probably fresher than that. So beer like this, we should be okay. It was kept cold, I believe, the entire time. So we should be fine. Anyway, Black and Tan from Yuengling. Have I had this one before? Yeah. How long has it been? A good 8 to 10 years. I haven't had this one in a long time, since the early 2010s for sure. But here's the thing. When it comes to Black and Tans, I usually enjoy Black and Tans, but I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Real, Black and Tans are always better than the pre-made ones. They just are. So you can control the beers you're using, whatever the case may be. But with this one, I always found it solid, not spectacular, just a solid beer. So we're going to see how this one is. Again, I haven't had this one in 8 to 10 years, so I don't know. I just remember this one being like a lighter porter. You know what I mean? A lot of Black and Tans are like that, where it feels like a little bit watered down to some degree, but I still like the flavor. So anyway, let's give this one a pour. So yeah, pouring out, it looks like a light porter, like a brown ale or something. So, you know, I want to be able to get my nose in there, so I'm not going to pour it all in, but we should be fine. We should be fine. Anyway, so that has this in person. I'm not going to lie to you at all. This looks like Dr. Pepper or like Coca-Cola. Like if somebody would hand this to me before I would even smell or anything, I'd be like, yeah, that looks like a cola. It just has that in the middle it has like a deep dark brown on the outside, and then the bottom here it has that like lighter brown and ruby red tinge. The head itself, yeah, I would say that's like a very light brown. I can only generate about a half a finger of a head. Doesn't look all that super creamy, but yeah, it just kind of looks like a cola or like a Dr. Pepper or something. Yeah, anyway, let's get a nose. Huh. So, again, I don't know how old this beer is. I don't know. Let's see, now that I got all liquid, is there a date? Oh, there is a date. I can't really tell, though. Whew. Okay, so if I'm reading this correctly, because it's a Julian date, no, maybe not. I don't think that would make any sense. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think that makes any sense. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's not a Julian date, but whatever. This probably is a bit older, I would say. Because honestly, the nose, to me, it smells like wet dog hair. I'm just being honest with you. It smells like wet dog hair. I don't remember this beer smelling like wet dog hair at all, but it does. Okay, as I'm swirling, letting it open up a little bit, that's kind of dissipating a bit. Yeah, okay, so now I'm getting more of like a milk chocolate, slight roasted kind of notes, touch of like caramel, touch of coffee. Like it kind of has like a black lager, a Schwarzbier type of kind of nose to it. Okay, yeah, that wet dog hair, I don't know, it just needed to open up. That was really bad. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of comparisons to like a lighter porter or like a dark brown ale. It has a lot of like caramelized sugars and just sweeter notes, but it's not pastry esque or anything. It just has like sweeter malt notes. So it's roasted malt. There's sweet milk and dark chocolate, coffee, and like caramel. Whew. Now I'm getting a nice little earthiness. Holy shit! So I thought, smelling this, I'm like, oh man, this is probably old, probably not handled properly, whatever. That wet dog hair for the first 30 seconds of smelling it, absolutely horrific. And I've gotten that out of beers before, plenty of times. But this is opening up and it smells a lot better now. I want to get into it, so cheers, everybody. Yeah, the taste is nice. And what I mean by nice is, here's the thing. Do I think I am ever going to be in a beer store and see this beer and go, I have to have you. I need to drink you? Probably not. If somebody handed this to me, no problems drinking this because it's a solid, decent beer in general. But we're going to review it properly. That's all I want to get out of the way after the first sip. Like, it's kind of whatever. Let's go body and mouthfeel. Buying this is like higher side of light, lower side of medium, 4.6%. You're thinking it's going to be a lighter mouthfeel and it, or body, and it is. The mouthfeel, though, is really nice. Carbonated enough to let you know this is a beer, but it has a real nice smoothness on the palate. It's not soft, it's not creamy, it's not meant to be, but it has a nice kind of like soft, smooth, like kind of creamy character. The flavors on this one, better than the nose for sure. Right at the forefront, roasted malt. Right after that, there's like a bittering coffee roast too, kind of mixing in with that coffee roast. There's sweeter dark chocolate. There's caramel. It's real nice. It's real nice. So the porter kind of takes hold of this one. Halfway through, I get an ever so slight like lager-esque kind of funk. And there's this nice like breadiness that's like omnipresent underneath the palate. So I think that's where the premium beer, 40% of that comes through. It's like somebody mixed those two beers. It turns into like a lighter porter, but you're getting slight hints of that lager. I think the premium beer is a lager. If not, you know what I mean. As far as the malt character is concerned. On the finish, this finish is semi-dry. Very, very mild bitterness. Very mild bitterness. It's not too sweet. The thing I like about this is it's totally not too sweet. The drinkability is through the roof for it, for sure. But here's the thing. Again, if I'm going to make a black and tan, I'm probably going to do it myself. And that's why I probably would not repurchase this one after this, just because it's good. It's solid. I do enjoy what I'm drinking. It's just, if I want to do a black and tan, I can just do it myself. But if you're not in the mood and you just want something simple and relatively well priced, like this isn't bad at all. I know a couple friends of mine just don't like this or don't like pre-packaged black and tans. And I know why. I think Mississippi Mud is the other one that is very prevalent as far as black and tans go. For me, there's nothing wrong with this beer at all. Like, there's no off flavors. That wet dog hair in the nose, sure. But once it opened up, fine. It could have been, sitting in front of lights for 6 months or whatever. Maybe that's a little bit of like an oxidation going on, but who knows? Here's the thing. As far as a rating goes for me, I can't go too high on this. I'm not going to go too low. If I'm going to grab a beer from Yuengling, it's going to be their Hershey's chocolate porter. If I'm going with like one of their regular core lineups, it's going to be the traditional lager all day, every day. But this is something I drink again, and if I went to a party or I went to a friend's house and they handed me a bottle of this, I'm drinking this and I'm not complaining at all because it's solid. So I'm going to give Yuengling's Black and Tan, I'm just going to give that a solid 3.5 out of 5. Stylistically, I'm not going to give it a rating just because there's not a lot of pre-made black and tans. But yeah, a 3.5 out of 5 is probably the best I could do on that, but I still think that's a fair score. And it's a pretty good beer in general. For what they're going for, I think they did a fine job with it. So price and availability, here's where it's fantastic. I believe 6 packs of this in my area are either $7 or $8, so you're talking $6.99, $7.99 for a 6-pack. Yeah, that's a great price. I know it's 4.6%, but pre-made black and tan, like for less, so you're just over $1 a bottle, like you can't really beat that. And availability, wherever you see Yuengling, I think they've gotten like finally into Texas in the past year or so. Pretty much if you live in the eastern part of the U.S., you can pretty much find their stuff. I think Northeast for sure, but even trickling down the East Coast, a little bit more to the Midwest, I think you get Yuengling in a lot of different states now. So not much more to say about it. Like 4.6%, yeah, it drinks like a lower. Again, if I was to do this, here's the thing. I'll just be honest with you with this. Like I am with everything as far as reviews are concerned. This beer, if I was doing it blind as a mystery / whodunit beer, there's no way I would call this a black and tan, just because I don't drink enough black and tans. I don't know if anybody could pick that out. I think I would say this drinks more like a German Schwarzbier, black lager. I think it has more of those kind of components to it, or like a very light porter. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. So if you've had this one before, I'm sure a lot of you have had this one before, post in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it. Do you find it disgusting? Do you really love it? What's your favorite pre-made black and tan? Or what's your favorite black and tan in general if you make some? Yeah, not much more to say about it. So I appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Until the next one, cheers.